man, things are a mess in the shop, but that's why you're here. You're gonna help me out. Welcome back to RADBMX Builds. I'm Sean, and if you've been following for a while, you've followed the journey to Texas. Now we're trying to get settled in. So today is the day that we're gonna unpack all of the bikes and set them up in the shop, which is gonna be really rad because you're gonna see how I transported them here, and then you get to see them all brought out, put together, and then put back in the bike racks. So you're gonna see all the bikes that I have right now under one roof on hand. I'm changing up my business plan a little bit now that I'm here, and a lot of you are gonna like to hear this. I'm gonna start selling bikes. Yes, I'm still a collector. Not every single bike you see will be for sale. The bikes that will be for sale will be on the website. So please don't blow up the comment section, my DMs, what's for sale, what's for sale, what's for sale. If it's on the website, it's for sale. If it's not on the website, it's still part of the collection and not available right now. So go over to radbmxbuilds.com. The bikes that are on there are the only ones available to you at this moment. Lots of bikes are going to be built though. The Skyway is going to be built. It's not going to sit in the display case like so many others that bought that bike. I found out that only 150 of these were released inside the United States, another 150 overseas for a total of 300. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of another build I'm getting ready to do. And the only reason I haven't done it yet is because I'm waiting on decals, which have already been shipped. So probably the next video, the bike I'm going to show you right now, will be probably the build of that bike. So make sure you smash that subscribe button if you want to see these bikes built. Let's check out this beautiful neon pink coin roll GT Performer. Okay, this bike right here just got back from Ernie's 80s Bike Shop where it was powder coated, the original neon pink used by GT. And I'm gonna be using the Dyno UL plate and matching pad set from Flight. If you want a discount, make sure you click the link below in the description for discounts over at Flight. All silver GT parts, white GT seat, white GT grips, and we're gonna have white GT tires. And then we have the power disc, and then a little custom touch on the GT crankset. I do have decals, but these are not the ones I'm gonna use. So I'm waiting on some custom ones I had built, but that is going to be for another video. This is probably going to be in the next RADBMX Builds video. So you don't wanna miss that, so hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get to the unboxing of the mess I have in the shop of all the bikes I had to move from Arizona to here. There's been a lot of confusion. A lot of people think I just moved from California. I have been moving around a bit. I lived in California at Newport Beach for a couple years, yes. And then for the last year, I've been living in Arizona where my parents are at to help them out a bit. Now I'm in Texas where we bought a brand new house. I'm gonna be building a brand new shop. And my son lives right around the corner, one of the major reasons we moved to Texas, in case you were wondering, because I get asked all the time. All right, enough of that. Let's get to the boxes. Okay, as you can see, this box right here is the 24-inch white dyno that's currently on the website, boxed and ready to go. And next to that is the power light that's also on the website, boxed and ready to go. However, all these other boxes are bikes that are in the collection that we're gonna take out and put together. Okay, and just like that, the first one's out of the box, and it is the red line that I just recently built. And again, upcoming video-wise, this is going to be in a video along with the Torquer build, which is like 3-4 more bikes down in the line of boxes here. So we're gonna get to that one in just a minute. But I just wanted to give a special shout out to a few people that have been absolutely amazing through this move and very supportive. Bearda on Instagram, that's him right there. BMX Basement right there. And West, Mr. Dice Guy right there. And Cruisin' in the 808. So Cruisin' in the 808 also has a YouTube channel. I really recommend you check him out. Today I want to shout out my friends and those that support me so much. So again, those are just a few. More to come after that because there's so many of you that have been with me on this ride. So, all right, that's the first bike. Let's take a quick look at that one, then we're gonna dive into some more boxes. And there is the Haro Master. Now this is a 2019 Haro Master, one of only 150 in chrome. So highly collectible. I love having this bike in my collection. Let's take a quick look at it. That's two bikes out of the boxes, and thanks to Lola, the rad_Boston_terrier, and you can find her on Instagram as well if you want to follow her adventures. She's basically the shop dog, the mascot of RADBMX Builds. So Rad Boston Terrier hanging out in the shop with me, helping me build bikes. Okay, the next bike to come out of the box is a very, very special bike. This is one of the GT 50th anniversary bikes. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I have two of them. This is the black one, which is one of the most beautiful bikes I own. It's super rare and probably the rarest that they've made because this bike was actually the prototype. The frame, fork, handlebar, and seat post set were used for promotional videos and pictures and things like that. When they were done with those bikes, essentially, Craig Turner called me and said, "Sean, I got this bike. Are you interested in it?" I said, "Absolutely." So I got those parts and components, and then I built the bike using pro neck parts and a bunch of other stuff. I don't want to give it away too much. Let's pull it out of the box and you can see for yourself how rad this special GT 50th anniversary prototype bike is. The GT 50th anniversary prototype, one of my favorites. I say that about most of these bikes because they are my favorites, and that's why they're in the collection. But let's take a look. Three bikes built and several to go. The next one I need to tell you a little bit about, then we're gonna jump right into it. Don't skip ahead because you're gonna wanna hear this. You just saw the GT 50th anniversary prototype. The next one is the GT 50th anniversary serial number RADBMX. This bike was built by Craig just for me and sent to me, and then I built the bike using all the parts and components. So the next one is really rad, but believe it or not, I might, just might, not yet, end up selling this bike. So you're gonna wanna see this bike. We're gonna pull it out and put it together, and you tell me, would you buy it? So comment down below after you see this bike if you'd buy it or not. If I get a lot of people interested in this bike, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just throw it up on the website at RADBMXBUILDS.com, and then you'll be able to buy it. Let's check out this GT 50th anniversary bike. What's better than one GT 50th anniversary? Two. But one of them could potentially be yours in the near future. Let's take a look. Next up is a very special bike that's going to be getting its own video pretty soon, so you're essentially getting a sneak peek. I'm going to pull out the 1979 Eddie King Torker. That's right, this Torker MX was restored to perfect, pristine condition. Repowder coated and restored by Ernie's 80s Bike Shop. Big shout out to Ernie. Thank you so much. You do superb work. I wouldn't go to any other powder coater, period. Okay, next out of the box, a very special, a very rare BMX bike. There it is, the Torquer, and you can learn all about this bike in an upcoming video. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. I also think the last thing I need on this bike is a pad set. And the best way to get pads is go over to Flight BMX by using that link right down below in the description. Don't forget to use your discount code RADBMX. Save yourself some money, get some pads, get some donuts, and other BMX accessories. Let's check out this 1979 Eddie King Torquer. This bike is absolutely mental. It is so 80s looking rad that you just can't not look at it and think of the 80s. This Skyway just came out so good. I got this from Planet BMX and then I put a ton of parts on it to give it that 80s old school look. Let's take a look at this beautiful chrome and red Skyway. This next bike is really rad. I love the way it came out. It's a 1989 Dyno VFR. 1989 is the very first year of the Dyno, and I wanted to do something special for this bike. Using the Dyno UL plate as motivation, I built this bike utilizing the RADBMXBUILDS magenta, pink, and blue colors. I love the way it came out. Again, it just screams 80s. It has all the right colors, all the right vibes. Let's unbox that bike and pull it out so you can see it. I told you, isn't that bike rad? I love the colors, I love the parts. I just love overall how this bike came out. Let's take a quick look at it. We're almost done. We have 3 PK Rippers still in the box to come out. If you like PK Rippers like I do, you're not gonna wanna miss this. So let's check out this 89 dyno and then jump into box number 1 of 3 different PK Rippers. Okay, let's check it out. The next bike is very special. This is a 2011 PK Ripper, and they came in baby blue and gold. They only made 150 of these bikes. I've owned two. The first one, I didn't know how special it was, and RADBMX Builds is a business, so I sold it. And then I realized, man, I regret that. There's a whole story that goes all the way back to the year that bike came out with me, and I wished I'd kept it. And then boom, a frame and fork set showed up on eBay. So I bought that frame and fork set, and then I built this bike the way I wanted to build it versus the way you could have bought the complete bike back in 2011. And actually, I mean, I'm biased, but I like my version better than SE's version. I think the parts I chose and used are just better than what they chose and used. So next up, a baby blue and gold 2011, very limited PK Ripper. That's 2 out of 3 PK Rippers. I saved the best for last, and it's gonna be the last bike in this video. So this was a bike that I used to race in high school. If I can find a photo, I'll put it up here. So I raced a baby blue and gold 83 PK Ripper. So when I started RADBMX Builds, I wanted to find this bike. I wanted to build this bike. And it took me a couple years, but I finally got the frame and fork and then built this bike the way I would have wanted to have my bike back in high school. But we all know back in high school, we didn't have an endless amount of money and a bike shop with all the right parts. So we just rode with what we had. And I loved that bike so much, but I love this bike even more. This is my personal favorite, will never leave the collection, will never be for sale. People go crazy when I say never be for sale. It will never be for sale anytime soon. The day I hang up my hat and get rid of RADBMX Builds, maybe I'll sell it then. Speaking of hats, we have merch at RADBMXBuilds.com. We have a couple bikes at RADBMXBuilds.com. We have links in descriptions below for parts and people that we work with. So please support them. Please support us. We have hoodies since it's winter. Get a hoodie, get rad, get some merch. Okay, this is it. The grand finale, the 1983 PK Ripper. Not sure how long this video ended up being, but I've been out in the shop now for a few hours building all these bikes for you on video because I wanted to show you the process of after the move, all the unpacking. And I wish you knew just how much more there is to go. Hanging stuff up, organizing, setting parts out, hanging the neon sign, that's all coming later. So that was it. That was the build. I'm back. I've gone through so many batteries on this video. The camera's died, put a new battery in, camera dies. It's pretty annoying, but anyway, let's go down the lineup real quick before we close out. We did the 2019 Haro Master, the 83 PK Ripper, 2011 PK Ripper, 2015 PK Ripper, GT 50th Anniversary Prototype, GT 50th Anniversary RADBMX. I have my Redline build, my 79 Torquer, the Skyway build, and the Dyno VFR. So that's not it. I have other bikes. I have bikes off at Powder Coat, 2 bikes that are boxed up that you could buy right now. It's a 24-inch white Dyno Pro Comp team model and a P38 Power Light with the Power Bend bars. Both bikes are sick, but I didn't want to unpack them. I'm going to leave them packed, so if one of you buy it, I can just ship it off right away. Okay, what else is happening? We have the neon pink GT Performer build, and these wheels right here, they are for a very special 24-inch Dyno Pro Comp that's currently off at Powder Coat, and it is such a rad paint job. It's taking them quite some time, but perfection takes time, and that bike's coming really soon. Okay, last time, smash that subscribe button. We have a Skyway, we have a Performer, we have a dyno coming, and there's more. So, okay, that's it. Thanks again for supporting all the people on here, the merch, the people that I work with. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And as always, stay rad.